Hey YouTube, how's it going? Mevlin back here again with another Epic 7 video, and this one's all about Dingo. If you followed me back in Season 2, you would know that I used to play a lot of Dingo. I played Dingo in every single fight. The only fights that I couldn't play Dingo was the fights that he was pre-banned. The problem with Dingo now is that the meta is too aggressive. There's too many heroes that are way too fast, that deal too much damage, and Dingo doesn't work well in those situations. But recently I've actually tried this form of Dingo where I sacrifice some of my attack, crit damage, and speed in order to get a little bit more health and defense. So this build relies on FCC though. As you can see, I have high defense for this much health, but with the FCC shield, he's actually around 14k, 15k health with 1400 defense, which makes sense. But the problem is, in RTA, you don't really want to rely on specific heroes for this hero to work, and that's why Dingo for me is usually a 4th or 5th pick, where my opponent is pretty much forced to ban someone else, or I'm pretty confident in my speed, or in other situations where I don't think he's going to get one shot, even if they ban my FCC. The second problem with Dingo is that he needs to soul burn, and in order to soul burn early, you need to bring a mage with target health. Again, now he needs another unit to pair with him to come in RTA, which is really bad since if they ban either Blingo or my book holder, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble if those units rely too much on each other. So in the clips, there's actually a clip where Blingo gets banned, and I want to highlight that you want to bring a mage that doesn't rely on Blingo. Since Blingo already relies on that mage, you don't want the other way to be true as well. And for me, I like to use a Kawerik, so Kawerik is my go-to mage for the book because Kawerik is very self-sufficient, he does a lot of damage, and he has some control. If I had Spectre Tenebria though, I probably would use Spectre Tenebria instead, since first of all, she's a dark unit, she doesn't have any elemental disadvantage, and she's a lot more safer than Kawerik since she's always stealth. For stats, I think you want to focus on health and defense first. You want to hit that 60k EHP, which is around 12k health, 1200 defense. I'm probably going to redo my Blingo to be around that number because I feel like his health is way too low for this much defense now. That way I don't have to rely on FCC too much. For his speed, around 220 is a nice number, and then you just go all out on damage afterwards. For his artifact, definitely use Portrait of the Saviors. There just isn't any good Soul Weaver offensive artifacts yet in the game, so Portrait of the Savior is probably going to be your go-to for a while. You could use Symbol of Unity, but I feel like it'll be a lot more optimal to use Symbol of Unity on one of your RGB heroes, since RGB heroes have innate chance to miss on elemental disadvantage, and Blingo doesn't have that. For his exclusive equipment, I'm currently running 14% defense with greater attack buff on S3. That's what I've been running on Season 2 since I had him on an offensive build, but now since I'm thinking of going a bruiser Blingo, I'm considering going for the defense buff on S2, but I just don't have the materials right now, so I'm going to test that out next week once I get my rewards from Hall of Trials. And don't forget to self-imprint your Blingo. He gets critical hit chance, which is the best self-imprint in the game right now. Lastly, I just want to quickly mention that you always want to soul burn Blingo's S3 every single time. Even if you don't want the extra turn, getting that extra turn means that it lowers the cooldown by 1. And that means the amount of time that he is not protected is a lot shorter compared to if you don't soul burn Blingo's S3. And before we start, I also want to show you my Kawerik build. This is the Kawerik build I'm running right now. I tend to change my builds a lot, so if you want to see my current build, links will be in the description below. Also, I did create a Kawerik video showcasing, one of them is with Blingo, but for the most part, I do use Kawerik more than Blingo. I use Kawerik outside of Blingo Cleave, and I think it's a really strong unit, so if you want to check that video, links will also be in the description below. And on to the first fight. Alright, for this first fight, I want to show you how to use Dingo to counter Arby's. For this fight, we'll be fighting against Tuomas. We actually both repping Kawerik, and we actually both use a very good Kawerik in different ways. He likes to use his a lot more aggressively. I use mine a lot more defensively. We're currently setting champion. He pre-bans FCC, and I pre-ban Flurry. He has first pick here. He grabs the LRK. I instantly answer with Bazaar and Kawerik. I don't usually pick Kawerik this early, just because he's not like a super useful unit in general, but knowing that Tuomas does have Kawerik and he has a pretty strong Kawerik, it's a lot better for me to pick it now. That way I'm stealing his Kawerik and denying it from him. Well, at the same time, Kawerik is actually pretty good into LRK. You can either strip into S3 for the silence, or you can just S2 the LRK, that way it can't horse turn 1. Tuomas answers with the Yufine and the AD Meru. Yufine obviously there for my Bazaar. AD Meru, not really sure what it's there for yet. I mean, she does have some anti-crit, and I do have a lot of crit damage on my team. I don't really have a lot of true damage, so the crit damage is going to do a lot of value, but she's not going to be sealing anything useful, I think. I think Tuomas just wants to have fun in this fight, probably. I answer with Vivian. Vivian's actually good into Yufine, because aside from the S3, Yufine's utility is from the burns and the stuns, the potential stuns if she has trophy. So having immunity is actually really good to bring into Yufine. Even though it's green into red, I do believe that Vivian is a good counter to Yufine. They also good into AD Meru, right? Because AD Meru has a lot of seals. She can blind my team and she can apply burns. The only downside is AD Meru probably has a yellow. That is a popular build for a lot of AD Merus right now, is to bring a yellow for the strips. So I might have shot myself in the foot here. I also grabbed Landy just because I can. I didn't really have any other units to pick. I couldn't really go bruiser, so I had to go super aggressive. Landy's a really good aggressive unit, giving my team speed buff and the CR push. So I know it's a lot of green, but you know, it's what I have. Tuomas then picks the A-Taiwan and the RB. Just two good units. I don't think the A-Taiwan was good here because I already got two units that counter it. Specifically, my Kawerik and my Vivian are enough to stop the A-Taiwan, so I'm not really scared of the A-Taiwan right now. The RB is a problem though, since I have 0 counters for the RB. Since I'm kind of wrecked here, I just said screw it. I'm just gonna play my Blingo. The draft was kind of Papega. I should have definitely still banned the RB, because if he bans either my Blingo or my Kawerik, I was gonna be in a lot of trouble. But I decided to YOLO it. Since I'm already screwed, I'll just ban Yufine, see if he does something else, and he actually bans my Landy, which works for me so I can showcase the power of Blingo. Alright, this fight is actually really short, so I gotta talk really fast since it is a cleave. It's a Blingo cleave. And how it works is you want some form of CR manipulation with a strip. I like using Bazaar. Flitica might work too, but you gotta watch out for FCC. But for me, I use Bazaar because my Bazaar is insane. Lands 2 stuns. The stuns actually don't matter here, because what you want to do is you want to have a mage that has book that has some form of control. And for me, it's Kawerik silence. You can use Fire Tanny for the sleep, but I like using Kawerik now. The silence is usually enough, and the fact that it's 100% silence is great. It just stops most comps on its tracks. So what you want to do is you want to soul burn on Blingo, get an extra turn. You give yourself, your Blingo, and another unit invincibility and attack buff. And since the extra turn allows you to kill RB, he comes back into 2 units with invincibility, and that's how Blingo cleave work. It's a roundabout way with dealing RB, but I think it's still satisfying to like watch RB just S3 into full immunity and invincibility and do absolutely nothing. Feels kind of nice. Alucard takes a turn, S1's into my Bazaar. Shadow is going to take a turn here. AD Meru is blinded, but doesn't matter because Ayala goes through blind, if you guys didn't know that. So like I said, it is most likely Ayala, and it is Ayala, and it's stripped to my immunity. So if this fight went longer and that AD Meru was able to strip my buffs over and over again, that A-Taiwan can potentially pop off. But good thing I have a cleave team. Also got lucky dual attack on the RB there, and I'm going to flush with my Vivian. I'm really glad Tuomas let me flush here. Yeah, so that's how I like to deal with RB. I just bring Blingo. It's kind of fun, but at the same time, it's a bit unreliable. So for this fight, my Blingo is actually going to get banned. I know this is a Blingo showcase, but this series is focused more on how to draft specific units. And Blingo is a bit of a special case because he's one of the few units that requires a specific unit to come along with him. In this case, he needs a mage with Tage Health in order to, well, work sufficiently. So what I want you to learn from this one is you got to make sure that the mage you bring with Tage Health is sufficient enough to work even if Blingo gets banned. And that's why I like to use Kawerik, because he's got a lot of control with the silence and the S3 and the S2 having strip and increased cooldown, and he does a lot of damage. So even if Blingo gets banned, my Kawerik can still do work. So this fight is against the one and only Samuhrado. We are both sitting at Legend. This was actually an early recording. That's why I'm Legend this fight. So he pre-bans Bazaar, I pre-ban Emma Ball. He grabs first pick here, grabs LRK. I instantly answer with Landy plus FCC. Landy really good into LRK since LRK is gonna have immunity for the team, so that's 4 buffs that Landy can work off. And FCC also pretty good into LRK since I have a relatively fast FCC, at least faster than most. That way I could have skill null before I get AoE horsed. So yeah, plus you know FCC, it's FCC, like not much to say. She's actually coming up a couple days, so you guys better save up and try to pity that hero. So he answers me the Asceni and the LQC. I don't think that Asceni was good here. I mean, he ends up getting the LRK plus S10 combo, but Landy's really good into both S10 and LRK combo. And yeah, I already have the answer to the combo, so I don't think S10 was a good pick here. He grabs LQC as well. I already have, like, I have a dark in it, so I guess that makes sense, but at the same time, I don't think having FCC is enough of a reason to pick LQC. I mean, LQC does have passive adamant shields for the team, and also, you know, she can 1v4 late game, so maybe that's why. Also, I have a good LQC, so maybe Samu was just trying to steal it from me. That could be it too. So since there's a lot of crit in his team, I'm just gonna pick DN here. DN Landy is actually a really good combo too, and I pick Kawerik. That way I have another answer for the LRK. I could S2 the LRK, stop it from horsing turn 1. Stopping LRK horsing turn 1 is actually huge momentum because LRK really wants to horse turn 1. So now I have two potential ways to deal with that, either my FCC skill null or my Kawerik S2. He answers with Cerise and Valencia. This Cerise here is super scary, really good into my team. Stops my Landy from CR pushing the team. So in my head, I'm already going to ban that Cerise, so I'm just going to draft the 4 other units in mind. I'm not too scared of Valencia because I could use Kawerik S2 to stop Valencia from stripping my team, so I just end up grabbing Blingo here. Blingo is usually scared against Valencia, but if you have Kawerik, you can just S2 Valencia and hope that it lands. That way she cannot strip your team. So yeah, I'm go ahead and ban the Cerise here, and as we all know, he's gonna ban my Blingo, and we go straight to the fight. So this is gonna be a bruiser versus bruiser fight. These fights take a little bit longer than most, just because there's, you know, some back and forth. Both teams are usually tanky enough to survive more than one cycle. So my Kawerik goes first here. This is a build where my Kawerik was like 260. So I've tried different builds in Kawerik, and this was one of my iterations. I wanted to do a 260 Kawerik build. I think I tried to S2 the LRK there, but I think I timed out and ended up hitting the Valencia, which is fine because I managed to reset one of her, reset by 1, so now it's off 1 cooldown, which means she cannot strip my team. I'm free to S3 here on my DN, give my team attack buff and anti-crit, and Valencia cannot strip it this turn. Also, I have S3 on my FCC, and like I said, this is why I like bringing FCC into LRK. If you're confident enough on your speed on your FCC, you can just skill null the horse away. He's still gonna have immunity, which sucks, but at least you're not gonna take damage. Landy's gonna take a turn here. Since I have book on my Kawerik, might as well soul burn for extra damage. I'm gonna S3 soul burn. The fact that he has too many buffs means I can't double S3 here. If the opponent has 3 or 4 buffs, you can double S3, but if it's 5 or more, you cannot double S3. So I'm just gonna try to kill the Valencia before you take a turn. I did proc Mount's Eye, and I think I get cocky here, and I get a little bit greedy and try to kill Valencia / proc some dual attack, but I end up missing Valencia and paying for it. Alucard's gonna take a turn. He's going to horse, but I have skill null, so that's gonna be nice. It's gonna be now nullified by that skill null. Valencia also takes a turn, survives by 629 HP. He's definitely gonna go for Landy. Yeah, anti-crit work, but death break is enough to, that death break's gonna hurt. I can't wait to have guiding light. Actually, tomorrow is gonna be when guiding light comes up for me, so I'm super excited to put guiding light on my Landy. I can't wait. S1 was enough. That's a crit. And since LQC is taking a turn here, there's no reason to tap the Landy here, because LQC S3 on the FCC should be enough to kill the Landy, and it's taking a turn right after. So I think Samu should try to S3 either FCC, but probably Kawerik, right? Yeah, he's gonna try to S3 my Kawerik. Unfortunately, I got crit. Ouch. Actually, I got crit there, and it actually wasn't that much damage. Man, FCC is so bonkers. I hope you guys get her. She's also coming tomorrow for you guys who don't have a CC, so I hope you guys get her. LQC is definitely gonna S3 my FCC here. Yeah, pretty sure that will kill my Landy, deal pretty good damage to my Kawerik as well. Oof, 4k, that's a lot of damage, but fortunately he survives. Now I can S3 kill both Valencia and the Asceni in the back. Pretty good damage there. Proc the shield from the LK though, and now my Kawerik is stealth, and there's no way for him to reach him. This is why I love Kawerik so much. It's so fun to play. When he works, it's just really fun. LK only has S1. Like you see, only has S1 with that stealth and that shield. There's no way he's gonna hit my Kawerik here. He's just free to S1 until I win. So they're all going into my FCC here. I don't know if that was a crit or not. It's hard to tell. I'm just gonna kill the LK first. Or not. Actually, I switched my mind midway. Yeah, I think S1 that one because if I don't want to crit the LQC right and give it a CR boost. So I want to kill the LQC first, but I don't want to get free CR by hitting it. I get S3 back on my DN here. I think I should soul burn, right? No, yeah, no soul burn. All right, Mev. But I just soul burn there. I am so greedy on my soul burns. Like I don't know why I'm so stingy on them. I should learn to soul burn more often. Probably the next one. Oh, I went for that. Oh, I went for the silence. Yeah, I went for the silence. Probably gonna shield here. Definitely gonna shield here. And I think I'm in a good spot here. I have anti-crit, attack buff. I no longer have stealth on my Kawerik, but I've got a huge shield, and he doesn't have S3 for one more turn. So I already got this fight in the bag, I think. But I just want to quickly reiterate the importance of having a self-sufficient mage. Try to avoid bringing mages that require Blingo to be in the draft. For example, Ludwig. Ludwig's probably a bad hero. I don't have Ludwig. If I had Ludwig, I would have tried different builds, try to see if there's a build that works where Blingo is banned, he still is fine. But since I don't have him, I can't really tell you anything. But I feel like Ludwig is bad because he almost requires Blingo to be in the draft. So try to have self-sufficient mage for Blingo. That's all I gotta say.
I'll kill you if you want me to.
Did you see how I made everyone kneel before me?
So I want to show you another situation where Blingo is really good. It's when the opponent does consistent damage over time. So long as your opponent isn't able to do burst damage to your Blingo, Blingo does a lot of healing. He's able to do this over time though, so you don't want to get one shot by something like a Rowlet or an Ace-Aid with Soul Burn. SSB is a good example because she does S2 over and over, and most of the time Blingo can actually survive that. So long as you have another form of mitigation, FCC in particular is really good because now you have shields from FCC and healing from the Blingo, slowly healing the SB damage away. So the fight is going to be against Reemu. We are both sitting at champion. I pre-ban ML Ball, he pre-bans LR Crow. I end up taking first pick, take Basar instantly, no questions asked. He answers with Asceni and the A-Towin. That kind of explains the LR Crow pre-ban because he wants to play with his A-Towin. A-Towin is probably pretty strong. And Asceni might be too early of a pick, but he might be scared that I have Asceni, so that's why he picks it early. Picking your core units, that way they don't get stolen, is one good strategy in RTA if you don't have a lot of heroes. But if I do feel like the Asceni early pick here was too soon. You could have picked Asceni later just to be safe because I'm just gonna draft some AoE, which I do. Vivian's just an easy choice for me here. I know it's double green, but Vivian's too good into a Towin and really good into the S10. And since FCC is open, might as well grab that. No reason not to. Reemu answers with Rwana SSB. This is a bit of a weird combo. I mean, Rwana stops my Vivian flush, but if I'm flushing with Vivian, I'm in a good spot, right? So she doesn't really stop me from doing what I want to do with Vivian. I don't think the flush is enough of a reason to bring Rwana here. But I guess he just wants to play SSB. I feel like Reemu is just a player who wants to play his units, so he just grabs Rwana SSB. I do feel like Rwana is a bit underwhelming right now. She might get a buff, question mark. I know a lot of people don't think she needs to, but considering the meta heroes right now and the power creep that has come so far, I think Rwana needs a little bit of help. So since there's an SSB, like I said, I like try and bring my Blingo and my Kawerik. Kawerik has my book. Fire into water, kind of sad, but I don't really have a different answer. Also, I need a second answer for the A-Towin. So I already got Vivian for the A-Town win, and my second answer will be my Kawerik here. I could reduce the cooldown of, increase the cooldown of A-Town wins at S3. That way he cannot S3 off the bat. Reemu answers with the Brylet, which is an insta ban for me, since no way do I want to risk my Blingo getting one shot, because my Basar might miss the Brylet and not knock it back, and my Blingo is just gonna be sad. So I banned the Brylet, and he bans my Vivian, which I think is a mistake. He thinks that it's my only counter for the A-Town, but like I mentioned, Kawerik is pretty good into A-Town already. I feel like banning either Blingo or the Kawerik here might have been a better choice. That way he stops my combo, but I guess he's not familiar with the combo. So the fight starts off, and obviously Basar takes turn 1. Make sure that you save your souls for Blingo. Don't waste your souls on Basar. Well, it's not really a waste, but you know, you guys rely on Basar. You gotta put trust on Basar, and he'll always work. Actually, it didn't work that time. FCC takes a turn here. I think I tried to check the resistance on the Rowana, but I think the safer play is to taunt the A-Town in there, just in case Kawerik fails. So I got a little bit greedy here. I wanted to check the resist on the Rowana in case I could have taunted it. Yeah, but I couldn't. SSB bats back. Kawerik has a lot of 2 options here. I could either S2 the A-Town, which is a higher chance to stop A-Town because there's 2 procs on the S2. 2 chances to increase the cooldown by 1. But I went ahead and went for the greedy play, tried to S3, ended up hitting the silence and the blind on the Ascending, which was huge, and still kept to silence the A-Town, which means he can't stun me turn 1, which feels nice. I'm gonna soul burn Blingo, protect Kawerik, S2 for the cleave, hit the SB again, pretty good damage there, instantly wiping the Ascending off the field. And fortunately, I got death broken. The 2 death breaks on my Kawerik and my Blingo don't hurt right now since they're both invisible, but FCC is going to start hurting here. So A-Town takes a turn and he can't do anything because he sounds. This is why he shouldn't have banned my Vivian, just because I had a second answer for A-Town, and yeah, he pretty much wasted his ban. SSB is going to take a turn, and this is where it's going to hurt. SSB debuffs actually hurt this team a lot. The unhealable plus the unbuffable is huge. Now I can't get shields and I can't get heals. I'm gonna S3 on my FCC. Fortunately, Blingo did not get unbuffable, meaning that this skill null will stick because he's not gonna take damage, right? SSB's gonna bat back, but since he's invincible, he's not gonna take any damage, meaning his skill null won't be procced, which feels kind of nice. I got S2 here. I'm gonna S2 the A-Town. I couldn't tell if I stripped this A-Town. Like, was that Holy Sack or was that? Yeah, I couldn't tell if I stripped it first and then killed it and then he Holy Sack, or was that the regular revive from Rowana? It was hard to tell. I'm actually not sure which happens first. I should look that up. But Rowana takes a turn here. She just S1s, tries removes the skill null from my Blingo. I'm gonna S2 here, try to blind and attack down the SSB. Unfortunately, she resists, so this is where it's gonna start hurt. Yeah, it's gonna hurt here. FCC is in a lot of trouble. She's gonna lose her unhealable and unbuffable, so meaning Blingo is gonna be able to heal her now, but I think it's a bit too late since she still has a death break on her for 1 turn. I'm gonna S1 the SSB. S1 try to kill it. Got a quote-unquote unlucky dual attack because that just ended up healing them. And yeah, this sucks. I did end up passing the defense break though, and managed to get a lucky random attack down, which was huge. Not gonna lie. Tries to kill my Basar here. He probably wants to hit my Blingo, right? Yeah, this attack down was actually huge. Don't think he had enough damage though to kill my Blingo. My Blingo is slightly tankier than most now. So I'm in S3, and as you guys can see, I got 20 souls. And Blingo's S3 is actually ready. So after this, I could S3 again, full heal my entire team, and easy win. So long as Blingo survives that small pocket of damage, yeah, Blingo can heal a carry and bring the team back to life. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching my Blingo video. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did making them. Personally, I do not think Blingo's that good, just because of the fact that he requires a specific hero to come along with him. I've actually had some success of Blingo where the book wearer was banned, but for the most part it wasn't Blingo that carried. It was usually someone else that won me the fight. But you know, me and Blingo go all the way back, so I will always try to make him work no matter what season, no matter what happens. Blingo is going to have a special place in my heart. If you guys want to see more videos like this, I'd really appreciate it if you guys hit that subscribe button, maybe hit that like, and write a comment. All three would be amazing to help me grow as a YouTube creator. Anyways, this was Melvin. I hope all of you have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.